Welcome to the Sage CRM Sales Accreditation course. You're viewing Sage CRM Sales Accreditation at Syllabus Level 2, and this is Module 5. The syllabus is designed for candidates taking accredited Sage CRM Sales at Level 2 and builds upon the Level 1 qualification. Delegates will gain knowledge of the Sage CRM proposition, its applicability to a specific business requirement, and demonstrate competence to meet the overall project need of the prospect. In this fifth module, there are 4 topics. Each topic is made up of a video of approximately 15 to 25 minutes in duration. Each topic contains information to build competence and confidence for people in marketing, sales, or implementation roles. Once you've completed each topic, and thus the module, you will gain knowledge on how to question for and capture thinking around a specific business requirement, how to quantify business value using a Sage CRM solution's features, and to reflect back the value expected from a Sage CRM solution in measurable terms that matter to a prospect. When you've completed all the topics, you'll be required to sit an exam if you wish to achieve certification about the whole module. We are now beginning the second topic of the fifth module. This topic contains information specifically on how to quantify the CRM needs within a specific business. There'll be questions about this topic within the exam of the module. So let's make a start. How to quantify CRM needs within a specific business. You'll recall from the previous topics that articulating the benefits of a proposition is a key skill. It's just not enough to say, hey, great CRM tool, where do we make it fit? It's about proving the software can make a difference in terms that really matter, increasing revenue, avoiding costs, or improving services. And these returns have to be shown as objective, detailed, and quantifiable. You've done your initial discovery, as we did in the previous topic. The initial questioning is complete, and you've uncovered the beginnings of what you think are real measurable benefits. So your work is done, right? No, wrong. When people don't buy CRM, it's not about price or competition or the views of the analyst. It's about prospects electing just not to do anything. That is, they cannot articulate the issues or the pain well enough in terms of time wasted or business lost or something like that, to their internal stakeholders. Those are the people that need to sign off the purchase. That's why we, as trusted advisors, need to help to build the business case with the prospect. However, we must do it well. Business cases fail when they are presented with too many unknowns. Too many variables, too many unknowns creates assumptions that may not resonate in reality. A business case with too many unknowns is often picked apart by key stakeholders, e.g. the CFO who's looking at numbers, or the CMO when it comes to campaign success rates. Any business case you should put forward must remove or reduce as many of those variables as possible. And the process highlights the importance of inquisitive, targeted, logical questioning, as we spoke about in previous topics, so that even if the prospect is unwilling or unable to provide the core details, you can make some assumptions based on logical arguments. At least you'll be in the ballpark when it comes to building the story. Selling a business case is hard. The reality, many business cases are never even read. At best, they're skimmed for high-level information. People don't often have the time. It importantly highlights presenting something at a very high level, but very well thought through before you go through any formal business case generation or indeed a deeper proposal. Otherwise, you just might be wasting your time. Getting buy-in is always a challenge, as it's frequently the case that key decision makers aren't in the room, don't attend meetings, etc. It's all the more reason to create something that is easy to consume and understand. It identifies and speaks to critical business issues and is compelling to read. So your business case needs to tell a story. And the key advantage of an approach like this, a key business case punchy story, is something that is ideally on one page. If you follow the steps in the forthcoming slides and take into account some of the basics of good presentation, your business case, your proposition, your proposal will get a much better chance of success. So let's have a look. The idea of telling a story is that it appeals to a broad mix of stakeholders and tells a business benefit story backed up with research. Sage in the UK marketplace have noted as part of a research piece they did that our SMB buyers are typically a broad mix of decision makers. So there's a collaborative buying process, which is good, but the MD, CEO, owner of the business plays a key role in all phases. The solution has to demonstrate, according to the research by the UK company here, a return on investment and a cost-benefit analysis is critical to be approved by the decision makers. And so, as trusted advisors, we need to keep in mind and guide and articulate the issues of a prospect well enough so that internal stakeholders believe what is said and appreciate the need to sort out the issues. A business need, a problem to solve, the stakeholders involved in that, the detail behind the plan, and the value proposition of Sage CRM, and also either the operating company or the partner involved too, and what they bring to the mix. What is this business case all about? Well, it's an elevator pitch. It's a high-level detail. It must be concise. It must be easy to understand, potentially one slide, very visual, so that people can use it, understand it in both a presentation session, but also take it away so that there is relevant information plus an overview of costs and how it delivers on a plan in one easy-to-consume document. We're going to talk about this concept of a business case canvas that articulates the need, the opportunity, and the value on one easy page. And as this is a sort of starter for 10 approach, you'll be then, as I mentioned earlier, in a better position to start and help the prospect in writing, if necessary, a proper business case or a more formal proposal, if they need that sort of thing. The difference is by doing the case canvas first, you have validated some learnings, grounded the case with the prospect, and also gained necessary pre-support to make the pitch, well, more of a formality than a cold call perhaps. So what is a business case canvas? It's a combination of putting together things about the product, what it does, how it works, the market, what are we trying to do with this customer to improve their story about revenue generation, cost avoidance, that sort of thing, and the unique value proposition that brings those two things together with Sage CRM and the partner. Let me explain that a little further for you. Here's an example business case canvas. This is a well-known piece of strategy/presentation approach that is available in the market. Here are my two key areas, product on the left, market on the right. The value proposition in the middle is meant to be the compelling reason to provide an action using the Sage CRM tool, of course. On the left-hand side, we'll talk about this in the context of our example customer in a second, but on the left-hand side, what we're bringing together there are what we think the key success factors are for the project. We've done this after a discovery, after grounding our discussions with, say, the key stakeholders who have agreed that they'd like to fix 3 things, and their measurement of success could be something like increasing revenue by 10% through an automation of a sales process, decreasing marketing spend by 20%, but increasing their target rate of emails being opened by 10. Things like that. They are your key success measures. The solution will speak to the sorts of things we're proposing. The resources and the stakeholders are the people we've talked to and the people that need to be involved in the project. And of course, the cost filters through to things that we have to have paid for. Let me take you to an example based on that previous waste technology company in our last topic, and let's see what this looks like. It will give you a better feel for what I'm talking about with this canvas, and I'll build this up step by step. So this is our one-slide, one-page business case canvas that is providing for the waste technology company very critical information. And I've grounded this one in sales team effectiveness. Now, this is just one working example. You could have many. You could have just one. It's up to you. But let's build this out. Here is our problem. There's no single sales database. You recall in the previous topic I talked about that. So locating and finding and formatting information for quotes takes longer than it should. There was also the issue of poor forecasting we spoke about, and maybe disparate information, contacts in Outlook, contacts in Excel, etc. These are the problems we're solving for. We've talked about the fact that they've got customer details in databases. Now, I didn't go into as much detail about this in my previous topic, but you get the idea. Databases with different contacts in different places is a problem. Their existing alternative to Sage CRM is to keep going with what they have, or maybe even get even more databases or more spreadsheets or more outlet contacts in place. So this is speaking to the, if you continue working the way you are, here's what you have to deal with. The value proposition, and this is where you pull through the specific Sage CRM features with the appropriate value messaging. These are the things we're talking to. Sage CRM will simplify the sales process. It'll make instant access to a lot of connected information. It'll provide tools to show information quickly and easily and monitor the sales process and generally manage sales more effectively. So that's our value proposition as a product. The solution specifically, we talk to then particular features potentially there, such as, in this example, a single database, which reflects back to the challenge in the customer segments on the left-hand side. And then our key success factors coming through here, the 50% reduction in admin, the improvement of forecasting variance, etc. This then drives some of our other activity, which builds into who it affects, our stakeholders that gain from this, the key resources, the key beneficiaries, and right at the bottom there, out come the actual numbers. So our ROI on the left, we're suggesting they will get 133% return on that, or a payback in 10 months, depending on what makes more sense in their consumption of information. And on the right-hand side is a quick cost structure that explains how much the investment in CRM is required. See, on one sheet, we're pulling together there the problem, the challenges, the alternatives, the value proposition, and then how we approach the solution and make key success come from that. Sometimes people go, oh, that's too complex. Well, of course, you can simplify that further if you wish, and the next screen will give you an example of that. So simple, big text, one slide, same problem, one single or a couple of single focus points. No single database. The alternative is using more Office tools. What we want to do, top green square, is simplify the process. And the solution is to deliver one location for data. That's the top right corner. The key success factors on that will be all these increases or decreases and the payback and the cost to do that written at the bottom. It's a very simple way of bringing that all together in one page in a very obvious takeaway for that customer. You can make this as simple or as complex as you feel necessary to suit the prospect. Or maybe you start it simple and build it into something more. Maybe one per functional area for the prospect if that's necessary, if you are selling right across the company. And you continue that narrative style and get more detail if you need it. It's really your choice how you take it and when, if you need to turn it into a full business case. But this is a wonderful way to bring together information in one place, ground and get agreement that these things matter to the business and that doing something about it will give them a payback. You've now reached the end of the second topic of the fifth module. So this topic contained information specifically on how to quantify CRM needs within a specific business. There'll be questions about this topic in the exam, and you should now move on to the further topics in order to complete the module. Once you've completed all the topics, you can sit the exam, if you wish to, and gain credits for the module.